Most people think frustration comes from failure. In fighting, frustration comes from reality. And the question of the day is, what has fighting taught you about dealing with frustration? Welcome, friends. I'm Fred. Here we talk about investment, business, training, and real life, all from my personal perspective. I am 46 years old, and fighting looks very different now than it did when I was 20. That alone has taught me more about frustration than any motivational book ever could. At first, this question may sound strange. When people start training, especially stand up fighting, they think about punches, kicks, speed, coordination. So they ask, what does fighting have to do with frustration? After more than 20 years of training, I can tell you a lot. This is the first big lesson fighting teaches you. With time, something unavoidable happens. You slow down. Your body responds differently. Your physical abilities decline. That's part of being human. And the reason I train every day is simple. I want to age as slowly as possible. The ball is falling. That's life. I'm just trying to keep it in the air for as long as I can. My first martial art was Taekwondo. A lot of kicks, explosive movement, constant hip rotation. At 46, I can't train like that anymore, not without consequences. I have a hip issue I've been managing for years. Most of the time, it doesn't stop me from training, but I have to negotiate with my body. That means training with awareness, calm, respect for limits. I can't throw hundreds of kicks every session anymore. Do the maximum you can, but only what you can. When you go beyond that, you don't grow. You get injured. For someone who has trained since a young age, this is a huge lesson of humility. Sometimes I train younger fighters. I had students who were 20 years old, preparing for Muay Thai fights. At some point, it became very clear that training was for them, not for me anymore. And that's not giving up, that's wisdom. Your maximum changes with time. The second lesson fighting teaches you is just as important, maybe even more. Fighting, especially stand up fighting, is about hitting things. Boxing, it's a perfect example. You hit again, you keep hitting, and that creates something powerful. You discharge tension, you discharge stress, you release energy. When you spar regularly, this effect is even stronger because now adrenaline is higher, risk is real, someone is trying to hit you back. This is not fake, it's a controlled situation of confrontation, very close to real life. That's why people who train fighting are usually calmer in everyday situations. Thinking about road rage, someone who fights regularly argues less. Why? Because they are already releasing tension every day. They are already dealing with adrenaline. So, when something happens outside the gym, they can stay calm. They can apologize. They can let it go. This calm doesn't come from being a monk or spiritually superior. My view is simple. Violence exists in all of us. Fighting doesn't create it, it teaches you how to control it. You dominate it, you channel it, you release it with purpose. And because of that, you become calmer in real life. So, fighting teaches you how to deal with frustration in two main ways: by forcing us to accept time and aging, training at the best level we can today, by giving us a healthy way to release emotion and aggression so we can live the rest of our lives with more calm. Fighting didn't make me aggressive, it made me calm. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, and if fighting has helped you deal with any other kind of frustration. I love to hear your experience. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next video.